Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. In this video, I am going to be filling some baskets that were previously done with fruits and vegetable. I love the goodies that I can pick up at our local farmers market, and I wanted a quilt to reflect some of that joy. I will even share with you my secret for layering the fruits and vegetable under the basket. On the home screen, select Open an Existing Project. Select the sewing basket project, which was the quilt we did during the last blog post, and select OK. On the Quilts tab, I'm going to select my last coloring of the quilt. And this was not one that I included in the blog post, but I liked the fall colors and I want to play with that as I work to fill the baskets. In the quilt work table, use the eyedropper under Block Tools and select the center block. This will help you find the block that was used and the coloration that was used. Right-click on the block and select Edit Block. Now this block was done in Easy Draw, and I actually want a block that is a combination of Easy Draw and Applique. So to do that, I'm going to use my pick tool and do a Control or Command plus the A key to select everything. Then on the menu toolbar, select Edit, Copy. Select New Block, Pieced and Applique, Easy plus Applique. Make sure you're on the Easy Draw tab, you've got the pick tool selected, and do Edit, Paste. Now you should be able to just snap those into position, but before we do that, let's make sure we have Snap to Grid on, and we have the snap set at 12 by 12. And everything should snap. But I will have to recolor it. Once I have it recolored, I will select Add to Project Sketchbook. Now I want to fill these baskets and use some applique images. So select New Block, Open Library, and go to Motifs. And you could put flowers in this, or I decided to do fruits and veggies because I am loving the farmers market this time of the year. So I'm going to select one of the fruit and vegetables and do a Select All block and Add to Sketchbook and close. Now I will view the project sketchbook, and under the blocks I'm going to go to Motifs because that is where all my fruit and vegetables are located. So let's start by selecting the apple block and select Edit. And I can go ahead and make changes if I want. Maybe I want to move the leaves a little bit closer in. And then with the pick tool, I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to go to the menu toolbar and select Edit Copy. Then view the project sketchbook, go to the Blocks tab and select the block that we just created and select Edit. And there's no need to save this, so we can say no. Now select the Applique tab, make sure the pick tool is selected, and do Edit, Paste. Now I can resize this by selecting one of the corners and bringing it down. And I just want to find a good size for my basket. Then with the Control key, I can select the center and I can rotate it as well. To switch between resize and rotate, use the Controller Command key and select the crosshairs in the center of your patches. And if I want a second one, I can do Clone, and you can rotate and resize that apple as well. Then select the Color tab. You can see that this has superimposed the applique elements on top of the pieced block. So let me share with you how to create the illusion of the apples being within the basket. Go back to the Draw tab, and now with the drawing tools, select Draw and select the line, and we're going to want to change some of our snapping options. So first of all, make sure that you've got snaps horizontal and vertical set to 12. Make sure you're on the Applique tab, and with the snapping options you want to have snap to grid point turned on, snap to nodes, snap aligned segments, and auto join segments when drawing. Now with the line tool, we're going to redraw the basket pieces that need to go on top of the apple. And it literally is a drag release. I'm going to click and hold and drag to the next node, release, click and hold and drag back to the beginning. And I could even turn on Hide Show Autofill so we can just make sure that all of our patches get completed. Then select the Color tab and color the new patches. And I will select Add to Project Sketchbook. Now let's go ahead and do some pairs. So I'm going to view the Project Sketchbook, go to Motifs. We'll select the pair block and select Edit. Again, I'm going to move the leaves so they're actually overlapping a little bit with the pair. Then with the Pick tool, I'm going to do a Control Command plus A to select them all. Do Edit, Copy, view the Project Sketchbook, go to the Blocks tab, take the block with the apple in it and do Edit. Say No on the Save request. Go to the Applique tab and select Edit, Paste. Then make any necessary adjustments to size and rotation and place in the basket. And for this one, I can also turn on Snap Hole Patches to Grid Point, and now I can select each of these shapes and do a clone and just move those to add to the basket. And so now I can color this and add to the Project Sketchbook. Go ahead and add additional fruits and vegetables. I added grapes and corn to my remaining baskets. Now on the quilt work table, select Set Block and scroll and find the last block and replace the block in the quilt. And if I want to add some additional fruit into the corners, I can go to Layer 2 and with Block Tools, Set Block, select Motifs, and let's select some additional fruit and vegetable and drag that on the quilt. With the Adjust tool, let's see, I'm going to turn off Snap Block Position to Grid and Snap Block Size to Grid, which will give me more flexibility to playing with that. And again, with the Control Command key, if I select the center, I can rotate the motif. Once you have finalized adding all the fruit and vegetable to the four corners and rotated and resized them as appropriate, select Add to Project Sketchbook. Thanks so much for watching. For additional tips and techniques, please subscribe to my weekly newsletter at www.onpointquilter.com. And while you're there, check out my Electric Quilt online classes.